Hello, welcome to Basic Yoga with Marie. So we're going to start seated with some breathing. And as we sit here, let's just notice where your breath is, how you're breathing, and notice your inner body along with your surroundings. And taking your hands and putting them wherever they are comfortable. You can bring the soles of your feet together or cross your legs, lengthen your spine, roll your shoulders back, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you breathe in, filling up your tummy, your lower lungs, your upper lungs, all the way up to your shoulders. Hold there. And as you exhale, release in reverse, eventually bringing that belly button closer to your spine. And then starting all over again. Noticing your breath and what this slow in and out breathing does to calm you down. And then bringing the lips together and starting to breathe in and out through your nose. Notice that when the lips are closed, the air swirls around in the back of your throat, creating a beautiful sound, kind of like ocean waves coming into the ocean. So today our spotlight is going to be on three-legged down dog. And we've done this before, so not to worry. And our theme is God's timing. So many times we have plans about what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. A little story about a man talking to his friend as he got into the carpool, and he was all ruffled up and upset with his wife, and they had had a great big fight. And his friend said, well, did you resolve the problem? And the guy who was upset said, no, I'll take care of it later. And his friend looked at him and said, do you know that there will be a later? For sure? So just remember, it's all in God's timing, and we really don't know from one moment to the next. So really enjoy the present moment. As you inhale, let's bring the arms out and all the way up, gazing up, reach and stretch. As you exhale, fold forward, reaching for the toes, pushing the hips back, gazing past your toes, pulling in that tummy. Inhale, come back up to seated, bring the arms out. Let's do that again. Inhale, the arms come up, gaze up. As you exhale, folding forward, reaching for the toes, pushing the hips back, keeping the spine straight as you gaze past your toes. Inhale, arms come out and up. arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, reaching for your toes. And then inhale, come up to center. And then taking the legs and straightening them out, pushing the heels forward, hands right next to your hips. Rolling your shoulders back once again, lengthening your spine, gazing past your toes. And let's open up the legs nice and wide. Notice the purposefulness in each of our movements here. Taking time to really enjoy each pose and profit from it. And then turning toward the right foot. Inhale the arms up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, fold forward, reaching for your toes. So if you can't reach your toes, you can always take that strap, which I don't have right now, but anyway, and reach toward the toes, bring the strap around your foot and hold on to the strap. If you don't have, whoop, that was magical. I got my strap. And then you can hold on to the strap from that. And then inhale, the left arm comes up. And reach toward those right toes. Stretching out the left side, gazing past your left foot. So many times, Gary, my husband, does this flow with me. And so even though you can't see him, he is in the background. And it's nice to be able to get a prop that I need. As you inhale, come back up to seated. And then bring the strap over to the left leg if you need it. Inhale the arms up overhead, gaze up. Turn toward the left leg and fold forward, reaching for those left toes. Making sure you're keeping the spine straight, so no rolling or of the spine or bending there. And then again, if you need to bring the strap around your foot. Hold on to the strap with your left hand. Inhale, the right arm comes up. Gaze up. Exhale, bring that right arm over the right ear. Reaching for the left foot. Doesn't have to get there. Just a nice reach. Good. Pushing those heels outward. Now feel the stretch along the whole right side of your body, the right obliques. Beautiful. Enjoy that stretch. So in the description, I said that we would be stretching the fascia throughout our body. And that's exactly what I plan to do. And let's come up. Straightening out that spine, let's cross your legs and come into a kneeling position. Beautiful. And then bring the arms up overhead, gaze up. Reach and stretch. And then take your hands and bring them behind your hips, gently pushing the hips forward. Gazing up, shining your chest up toward the ceiling. So this is a camel pose. If you want to increase the stretch here throughout the front of your body and also the lower back, bending backwards, we're going to curl the toes under and bring your fingertips towards your heels. Again, pushing the hips forward and breathe. Nice. Just feel that lower back resetting. It's a really nice feeling. We very rarely do this in our normal day. And it's a relief. I hope for you too. And then inhale, straighten it up, point the toes, bring the arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring the hands down into tabletop pose. So here your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, your fingers are crazy wide, knees are underneath your hip bones, and we're going to do a few cows. Inhale, the head and the hips come up. Exhale for cat. Round the back, gazing behind you. Engage your bandhas. So your bandhas are Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal muscles, the muscles that you use when you're putting on a tight pair of pants and holding those muscles in. And the other bandha is your Mula Bandha, the pelvic and bladder muscles. And then letting them go and coming into cow. Exhale, back to cat. Engage those bandhas. Good. Here the back is round like an angry cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's do a couple more on your own. Good. Yeah. Breathing as you do this. Inhale as the head comes up. Exhale as your head comes down and looks behind you. And then let's come back into tabletop pose. And then let's take a right arm and bring it out in front of us. So the spinal balance. You can gaze down or you can gaze past your right fingers. If you can bring that left leg out behind you. If you can't, just leave it down. And then push that left heel back. So you're getting a nice stretch here from the right fingertips to the left heel. Exhale, right elbow to the left knee, gaze behind you. Inhale it back out. Exhale, touch. Inhale it back out. Exhale, touch. Inhale it out. Bring the right hand down. Now let's take that right foot and bring it off of the mat. There's your little kickstand. And inhale the left arm up. Gaze up toward the left fingers. Nice. So your left foot can stay up here. Yeah. Off on the mat. If not, if it gets a little tired, you can bring it down. And then as you exhale, let's bend that left foot and bring your left hand to your left foot and do a little hug tug. This is a quad stretch. Yeah. Pulling the hand in toward your glutes and pushing the foot out. Hug, tug. Yeah. As you exhale, let's come back into tabletop pose. Let's do a couple of cats and cows. Yeah. And then we'll do the other side. And when you're ready, come back into tabletop pose. Let's extend this left hand out in front of you. Stretching it. And then let's bring that right leg out behind you. If you can't do that, or if you can't keep it up, you can always bring the toes down. That will work too. But try, even if it's for just a few seconds, to bring the heel up. Long stretch between the left fingertips and the right heel. Good. As you exhale, touch knee to elbow, gaze behind. Inhale it back up. Exhale, touch. Inhale it back out. Exhale, touch. Inhale it back out. Beautiful. As you exhale, bring your left hand down. Now take this left foot and bring it off of your mat. So notice how that looks like a little kickstand. Try to keep the right foot up. If not, then bring the toes down. Inhale, the right arm comes up. Gaze up toward the right fingers. So your chest is open toward the right. Enjoy this openness of the chest. Feeling of being truthful, speaking your truth, and just feeling confident in yourself. Let's bring that right foot toward your tush, bending the right knee, and then take the right hand to the right foot. And we'll do another hug tug here. Notice we're stretching the right quad, the area right in front of your top right thigh, or your whole right thigh. Breathe. Chest is still open toward the right. As you exhale, let's release and come back into tabletop pose. Doing a couple of cats and cows. Bringing your body into balance. And then bring the knees apart, the toes together, and bring your hips back towards your heels. Forehead comes to the mat for child's pose. Stretching those palms out in front of you. So if that hurts your shoulders, you can always bring your arms to your sides, pointing them towards your feet. Breathe. There's always modifications. Remember that in yoga, we go to our edge, that place of greatest resistance, best. We never go to pain. As you inhale, come back into tabletop pose, stretch out your legs and come into plank pose. So you're on the balls of your toes, your feet, and your palms or wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Yeah. Now if that's hard for you to keep the knees up, you can always bring the knees down. Engage your bandhas here. And just notice. Notice the present. Notice your body working to maintain this pose. And then as you exhale, bring your knees down, bend your elbows, come all the way down to the bottom of your push-up, point your toes. Inhale, come up into up dog. Gaze forward. So you have options here. We want that spine to bend backwards. If that is a little much for you, you can always come into Sphinx pose on your elbows, palms down, gaze forward. You'll still get that back bend here. And then as you exhale, curl your toes under, bring the hips up, coming into down dog. Here we're going to bring our feet nice and wide on the mat. We're going to push our hips back, gaze behind you. You're letting your head hang right between your arms. Engaging your bandhas. Fingers are crazy wide as you push those hands forward. Not actually moving them, but just pushing them on the mat forward. Good. Hips are way up in the sky. So here's our spotlight pose. We're going to take that left foot and push it down. And then inhale, the right leg comes up. It's this three-legged down dog. You can push the heel back and up. As you exhale, bring that right knee to your right elbow. Inhale it back up. Yeah. And then bring that right foot down. And we're going to do a little modification here. So I'm going to walk my hands to my feet for a forward fold. Gazing behind me. Pushing the hips up. Beautiful. You can keep your hands on the mat or bring them to your ankles. Maybe you bring them behind the shins. Whatever works for you. Maybe you take a strap and bring it around your feet and just let yourself hang here. Okay. And as you hang, I'd like you to bend the knees a little bit, grasp opposing elbows, and just soften the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. Yeah. Just let everything go. Feel any tension, anxiety, stress rolling down your spine, melting onto the mat and disappearing forever. And then inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Arms overhead, gaze up. Reach and stretch. And then as you exhale, bring the palms together at heart center for Samastitihi. Bring the feet together and press them down into the mat, engaging your bandhas, your glutes, lengthening the spine and gazing forward, softening through the shoulders. And then as you inhale, we're going to do a couple of, actually 3 balancing poses. So press that left foot into the mat. Inhale, the right knee comes up. Good. And take the right knee and point it toward the right. And the bottom of your right foot comes into your left calf or thigh. Whatever works for you. This is tree pose. Once you are settled here, you can bring the arms out and shape them into your branches. They don't need to be symmetrical. Make your own tree. Beautiful. Let your spine be nice and strong and long here. As you exhale, bring the palms together at heart center and bring that right foot down. And let's just wiggle the legs a little bit. We're going to grab your strap here and put it around your right foot. Yeah. Left hand comes to the left hip. And just take a moment here. Now, if you are feeling a little wobbly throughout these balancing poses, you can always have a wall on your left side, or maybe just take a chair and hold on to the back side of the chair. Okay? And then let's bring that right leg up. push the heel out. Beautiful. Engage your bandhas. Nice. As you exhale, bring that left foot down, release the strap. And then I'm just going to walk a little bit forward so I'm at the middle of my mat, still pushing my left foot down. I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides, and I'm going to go into airplane pose. So bending from the waist, chest facing toward the mat, bring the right leg up, gazing down. Beautiful. As you exhale, bring your right foot down, coming to Samastitihi. Inhale, the arms come up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands down, walk them forward, the feet back, coming back into your plank pose. Engage your bandhas. We're going to do all of that on the left side. As you exhale, bring the knees down, point your toes, bend your elbows. Inhale. Come up into up dog or sphinx. Your choice. Good. Exhale, curl the toes under, coming into down dog. You have the choice of bringing your feet nice and wide here. That helps the heels come down. You can also walk your dog, bending opposite knees and elbows. That helps to stretch out the calves and the hamstrings a little bit. Good. And once you're ready, bring those heels down as far as they go. Push the hips back. Engage your bandhas. Soften through the neck, the jaw, and the shoulders. Again, we're going to go into our spotlight. Three-legged down dog. This time we're going to bring the left leg up. Good. Yeah, notice how the back of the glutes are contracting here. Working for you. Beautiful. Push that left leg up a little bit. Good. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, the left knee comes back up. Exhale, left foot comes down. We're going to do a little modification, walking our hands to our feet. Good. Forward fold. Take a breath. Remember, if your hands don't reach the mat, then just come up a little ways. What we want to feel here is a stretch through the back of the hamstrings and the calves. So, left hand down or on your left foot, bend that left knee, and inhale the right arm up, gaze up. Exhale, right hand down on your foot or the mat. Inhale, the left arm comes up, gaze up. Exhale, that left hand comes down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward. Inhale all the way up to standing, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale to Samastitihi. Let's bring the feet back together. Take a nice deep breath here, lengthen your spine. Enjoy the moment. And pressing that right foot down, taking a spot and gazing at it. That is called your Durchstieg. Your gaze is called your Durchstieg. And it's kind of like looking through things rather than at them. And it really helps, especially when you're doing balancing poses, but it's good to keep your focus throughout your practice. And then as we push that right foot down, we're going to bring the left knee up. Take the left knee and point it out toward the left. Left sole of your foot comes into your right calf or thigh. Now, sometimes people have trouble with that. Like I said, you can use a wall, this time on the right side, or a chair. You can always bring that right toe down too, and that helps to get another spot to balance yourself. And then slowly bring the arms out, pretty branches. Remember, it's your tree. Be creative, be you. I always wonder when someone says, "Oh, I want to be just like you." And I think, well, if you were like me, then there would be two of me and there would be none of you. So always be you. And then let's bring your palms together at heart center. Bring the left foot down and wiggle those legs a little bit. And then again, taking your strap, bringing it around the left foot. Good. Right hand to the right hip, or a wall, or a chair. And then let's take that left leg up, again, using your Durchstieg, that gaze on a non-moving space or object. Beautiful. Think about lengthening your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Smiling. Good. Nice job. As you exhale, bring that left foot down. And take the strap off. And then let's bring our arms out. I'm going to step a little bit forward so you can see the pose. Right foot is flat on the mat. I'm going to bend as I bring that left foot back. I'm going to bend from the waist, coming into airplane pose. And the left leg comes up. Push that left heel back. Nice. Beautiful. As you exhale, bring the left foot down and coming to Samastitihi. So let's take that. We're just going to continue here with the rest of the pose, or with the rest of the flow. Let's take that right foot and cross it over the left. Bring your arms up overhead. So we're going to do an IT band stretch. Your IT band runs from the knee outside of the thigh all the way up to your waist. So right foot over left, arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Gaze behind you. Again, no need to go all the way down. So, and in this particular case, the stretch is along the left IT band. So that's where you're going to feel the stretch. Let your head hang. There's no rush with yoga. And then as you inhale, Bring the head up and then slowly and carefully come all the way up to standing. Arms come up overhead. Exhale to Samastitihi. Replace your feet. Okay, let's do the other side. Right IT band. So bring the left foot over the right. Inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Gaze behind you. Another thing you can do here is take a block. If it's hard for you to come forward, and just put your hands on the block as you gaze behind you. Engage your bandhas. Soften through the neck, the jaw, the shoulders. Push those feet down. Push the hips up. Good. And then as you inhale, slowly come all the way up. Arms come overhead. Replace the feet. Gaze up. Exhale to Samastitihi. Very good job. So we'll do a short flow here. I'm going to come to the back of the mat again. Inhale, the right foot comes forward, the left foot at a 45-degree angle. Heels are in a straight line. Outer edge of your left foot is on the mat, pressing down. Hips come to face forward along with your belly button. You can do that with your hands. And then bring your arms up overhead, gaze up for warrior one. Make sure that right knee is bent. We usually say a 90-degree angle, which is a little hard to do. But sometimes if you bring the right foot forward a little bit more, you'll get closer to that 90-degree angle. Breathe. Nice. Good. As you exhale, bring your hands down behind you and clasp them. Now I'm going to tell you to do something that might take a little bit of balance. So come onto the ball of the left foot. Good. If you need to hold on to the wall or a chair, you can always do that. And now we're going to go into crescent. So that left heel is pushing back. And it is up in the air. Inhale the arms up overhead. Gaze up. Beautiful. Nice. Exhale, the right hand comes down and out behind you. Open up the chest toward the right. Gaze past your right fingers. Push that left heel back. Right knee is still bent. Inhale the left arm up, the right hand behind your hips, gazing up for exalted. What a beautiful pose. Inhale, the right hand meets the left. Exhale, bring the hands down. And then you can turn the left toes toward the long end of the mat. Right knee is still bent, still facing forward. Arms come out to a T for warrior one. Good. Now, the whole left foot is flat on the mat, so is the right. The left foot is facing toward the long end. Right foot is facing forward. Right knee is bent. Good. Arms are nice and straight. Now look at or feel the shoulders and notice how you can soften them. Notice how you can soften your jaw. And then turn to face your right fingers. Beautiful. And breathe. Nice. Inhale, reverse. Right arm comes up, left hand down the thigh. Gaze up. Feel the stretch along the right obliques. Another stretch in that area. Beautiful. This is a reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, right forearm to the right thigh, left arm over the left ear, gazing up toward the left fingers. So here you should be able to think about a straight line between the left fingertips and the left heel. Yeah. Good. Now we're going to do a warrior dance. Ready? Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. And one more time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Good job. And then come up to standing. Turn all toes toward the long end of the mat, pointing them slightly outward. Arms come out to a T, maybe a little bit up a bit. So you can think of yourself as a star in star pose. Yeah. And then we're going to do around the world. So the arms are going to go to the right, down, and over to the left, and up. So as we're going around, we're going to do this 3 or 4 times. You can bend your knees. You can move your feet, whatever needs to be done, okay? So don't feel like you have to stay exactly the way you were. Okay, so we want to stretch all the way around. Yeah. And just, you can move your hips, obviously. Good. So 3 or 4 times around, whatever you get to here. And that will warm your body up. Great way to start your morning, or maybe going to bed at night. Here's your star pose again. We're going to turn toward the back of the mat, coming to Samasthiti. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Nice. Now let's take that left foot and bring it back. Left foot's at a 45-degree angle. We're going to go into warrior 1 on the left side. Left knees, hips, hands on hips, and bring that belly button to face your front at this point. And then arms come up overhead, gaze up. Yeah. Just notice what's going on in your body. As you exhale, bring your hands behind you and clasp them. Now we're going to take a moment to come onto the ball of your right foot. Yeah. So we're coming into crescent pose. And once you're there, you push your heel is up and you're pushing the heel back. Inhale, whoops, the arms come up overhead. Gaze up. Good. Exhale, the left hand comes down and out behind you. Gazing past the left fingers. Inhale, the right hand comes up. Left hand on the back of your hips. Gazing up toward the right fingers for exalted. Beautiful. Inhale, the left hand meets the right. Exhale, right hand comes down, out behind you. Right toes face the long end of the mat. Left toes are still facing towards your back of your mat. Arms come out to a T. pressing the outer edge of that left foot into the mat. Noticing the shoulders, letting them soften. Even turn your palms up for warrior two. Good. And then turning toward your left fingers, turning your gaze toward your left fingers. Inhale, reverse. Left hand comes over the left ear, dipping to the right. Right hand can go down your thigh or behind your hips, gently pushing them forward. Gaze up. Left knee is still bent. Good. Exhale, left forearm to the left thigh. Inhale the right arm over your right ear, gazing up towards your right fingers. See the straight line between the right fingertips and your right heel. Good. Let's do our warrior dance. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. And then inhale, come up to standing, turning both toes towards the long end of the mat. Pointing the toes outward, coming into star pose. And we're going to go around the world this time in the opposite direction that you went in last time. Notice my knees bend, my hips move. I'm doing whatever I need to do to get a nice stretch throughout my body. Good. Be loose, loosey-goosey here. Yeah. Beautiful. And when you're ready, come back into star pose. Let's go turn toward the front of your mat, coming to Samasthiti. Inhale, the arms come up overhead, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Come into plank pose. Bring the knees down, point toe, elbows, bring yourself all the way down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale to up dog or sphinx pose, resetting that spine. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go into child's pose or any pose that feels relaxing to you. So I'm going to bring my knees nice and wide, toes together, forehead comes down to the mat. Stretch your palms out in front of you. Forehead reaching toward the mat. You can always put a block under your forehead if that would feel better. As you inhale, bring yourself back up into a tabletop pose. And then we're going to come right from there and come into a seated position, stretching your legs out in front of you. Beautiful. And then let's take the right knee and bring it up. Right foot comes over your left. And then turn and bring that right arm up. Turning toward the right, bring the right arm up. Gaze up toward the right fingers. And then slowly bring the right hand down. About a foot behind your hips. Fingers facing behind you. Turn the chest toward the right. Bring your left elbow on top of or outside of your right foot, right knee. Woo! Yeah, easy for you to say. And again, the chest is toward the right. Gaze past your right shoulder for Mauritiasana C. Push that left heel forward. Breathe. Bring the top of your head toward the ceiling. Yeah, imagine a string coming out of the top of your head and it's reaching up toward the ceiling. Beautiful. Now you got it. Breathe. And let's get rid of some toxins here. We're squeezing them out of our liver. And then as you inhale, come back to face the front. Bring your hands back. Stretch out your right leg. Wiggle the legs out. Let's bend the left knee and bring the left foot over past your right knee. Inhale, the left arm comes up, gaze up. Exhale, bring that left hand behind you, about a foot behind your hips. Fingers are facing behind you. Inhale, the right arm up, gaze up. Exhale, that right elbow to the outside or on top of that right knee. Let's turn and gaze toward the left shoulder. Opening up the chest toward the left. Push your right heel forward. Remember, top of the head reaches for the ceiling. Sometimes I like to take and do a mudra here, bringing my thumb to one of my fingers. Different fingers for different times. As you inhale, come back to center. Release that left leg, shake it up. And then let's come all the way down to the mat for a nice flying position. And then we're going to bring our hands up overhead, point our toes forward, and our fingertips in the opposite direction. Taking a nice inhale here for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then let's bring your hands to your side, bend your knees, bring them up to your chest, and give yourself a hug. It's up to you here if you want to rock from side to side. It's your prerogative. Yeah. Nice. And then let's bring the feet down, keep the knees bent. Inhale, the hips come up for bridge pose. You can clasp your hands underneath your hips here, or you can bend your elbows, pointing the fingertips up toward the ceiling. Pushing the hips up, pressing your triceps and your elbows down. As you exhale, bring the hips down, and let's bring those feet up toward the ceiling for candlestick pose. If shoulder stand is in your practice, you're welcome to do that here. The point is to get your feet above your heart, to get the lymph nodes pumping. The lymph nodes are the part of your body that help your immune system to keep going. So to keep that immune system strong and working properly, it's a good idea to put those feet up and get your heart or your lymph nodes pumping. They don't have their own pump, believe it or not. It's up to us. Beautiful. If you are in a shoulder stand, you can bring your feet out behind you for plow pose. If you are in a candlestick like I am, you can bend your knees, bring your arms inside your knees and to the outer edges of your feet for a happy baby. Pushing the feet out and the hands in, maybe rocking from side to side. Beautiful. If you're in plow pose, then you can go into ear pressure pose, Karnapadasana, bending your knees, bringing them to either side of your head. Yeah. And everyone now can let go, release, bring the feet down, knees can stay bent, arms can come out to the sides. And then let's take the hips, bring them over to the left about 3 or 4 inches. Knees come to your chest, over to the right. Gaze past your left fingers. You can put a block in between your knees or underneath your knees. Make sure that you're not hurting your neck as you turn to the left. Nice final twist. Here you can let go of your breath, your bandhas, and your drishti. Really experiencing the present, the moment, God's timing. Noticing that we are not in charge. And then bring the knees up, press the feet down, and let's bring the hips 8 inches to the right, knees to the chest, and over to the left. Maybe your gaze goes to the right. As you inhale, bring those knees up and just softly and gently straighten out that spine. Bring your hands to your sides, palms facing up, and straighten out the legs. Let the feet flop out. Close your eyes, coming into Shavasana. This is your time to relax. Really get the benefits of this flow. It's a good time to turn me off. Just go ahead and stop the flow. And then take 5 or 10 minutes in Shavasana. When you're done, you can turn me back on. So coming out of Shavasana, let's wiggle the fingers, the toes, open your eyes, bring your knees up, give yourself a hug. And then come over to your favorite side in this nice fetal position. Renewing your mind, your body, and your spirit. And then slowly coming up into a seated position, cross your legs in front of you. Bring your hands up overhead, sealing in your practice. Then bring your palms together at heart center. May the God-given light and love in me reach out to that same light and love in you. Namaste. And I will see you next time.